When you're a civil engineer like me, you'll have many different aspects to coordinate within any design project. So, to stay on top of your game, you'll need a highly efficient, intelligent 3D model-based design software. That's better. Tammy here, she's engineering the design of a complex pipe network. Because she's using the latest AutoCAD Civil 3D software, she's not worried about a 5 o'clock deadline. Why? Because she can automatically generate crossing pipe labels and pipe network labels, helping her complete her work in half the time compared to the past. Andy here is working on a complex design. And AutoCAD Civil 3D enables him to automatically create survey figures and line work using new data sources. And that means so much more free time for Andy. Jamie loves the latest AutoCAD Civil 3D because it enables him to quickly edit corridor models, swap out assemblies, and easily integrate sub-assemblies. That means he can create basic modeling 89% faster and corridors 46% faster. Jamie feels empowered by his newfound efficiency. As for me, work which used to take hours, such as changing data shortcut references midway through a project, is now over 400% faster with the latest AutoCAD Civil 3D. Hello? A complex civil infrastructure design project with a tight deadline, you say? Sure thing. Send it over. We've got it covered.
We sure have.
Yeah.
Good. So to those that are just joining us, welcome. We'd like to welcome you to our session, our first session of Roads Up Information Night. I'm already seeing that our numbers are bumping up and we have reached quorum. So speaking to you right now, guys, it's Baron Sarent. I'm a civil engineer. I've been with Roads Up for almost a year now. So it's been an amazing journey for me. I practice my engineering in South Africa. That's where I work and I live. So I'd really want to welcome you to the session today. All right. So guys, without really taking much of your time, like I said, today it's more of an information night. I would really want to get to interact with some of you guys, get to know you, get to hear where you guys are joining us from, and just, get to know who you are, how long have you been doing engineering, what are your expectations, how did you hear about us, what are you expecting, right? So I'm gonna open this opportunity to you guys. I want to hear from you, man. I just want to hear who you are, where you from, where are you joining us from? So feel free. This is your opportunity. You can unmute your mic, introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then that'll be proper. So you guys can take it away. Anyone can unmute and introduce themselves. This open is for you.
Hi everyone. Good evening. My name is Patuani Murava. I am from South Africa. I'm a registered engineer with EXA. I've been doing roads for the past 15 years. And I hear about Roads Up from LinkedIn, and I'm excited to join others. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Futuani. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for sharing. Anyone can go. I see someone is already unmuted. Is that you, Elizabeth? Someone is already unmuted. You can go. You can take it away and share something about yourself. Yes.
I'll go. My name is Sive Mateise. Also residing in South Africa. I am currently working as a construction manager. I have about 3 years experience post-qualification, and I am a registered candidate technician with our engineering body AXA. So I'm also here just to enhance my skills, mainly because I would like to venture into the consulting engineering space. So this is I've taken this opportunity to upgrade my skills, my skill set to be fit for that.
100%, 100%. Thank you so much, Sive. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. So, guys, continue dropping your country flag in the chat box. Continue dropping your country flag in the chat box. We want to know where you are joining us from and where you are from. All right, 100%, man, 100%. I really hope and I know that you're gonna get so much skills in this course and you're going to advance in your career because this is the place to be. We have so many professionals that have joined us in the past, from your surveyors, we have a lot of people, right? So let me not preempt that, but thank you so much for joining us, Sylvia. I know you're going to learn a lot. Anyone else, guys? Anyone else who is free to talk to us, you can unmute and talk to.
Yeah, hello guys. My name is Felix Akulvire from Ghana. I'm a civil engineer registered with Ghana Institution of Engineering. I've been practicing engineering for the past 9 years. I heard of Root Hub on LinkedIn and I really wish to enhance my design skills with Root Hub. Thank you.
100%, 100%. Thank you so much. Ghana, 9 years. Wow, that's impressive, man. I am impressed. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me just make a twist, man. Let me just change it up a little bit. For those that are going to speak now, just tell us something interesting about yourself. Tell us one thing that's interesting about yourself. Yeah, would really want to hear from you. Just so you guys know, this is the place for you to shine. Step out, introduce yourself. You never know who's in the audience, you never know who is listening, and you never know who you're gonna meet. All right. So yeah, unmute, introduce yourself, tell us where you're joining us from, and tell us one thing about yourself that you think is interesting. All right, let's go. Take it away.
Good evening, Baron.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. My name is Siad Osman Abdi, a civil engineer from Kenya, having worked in the sector for the past 7 years. For the past 6 years, I've been in the water sector. I've transitioned from the water sector to the road sector for the last couple of months. So why I'm here is I want to familiarize myself with the civil 3D, the designs for roads and all the roads manuals that apply in this sector. And I've followed this from LinkedIn. I'm impressed with I think the facilitator of this training, Mr. James, Engineer James. And he has really marketed this program well. And when I had a phone conversation with him, I told him, I expect this met my expectation. So transitioning from the water sector to the road sector, I think there's no better platform for me to join than this one. So I'm excited to be here.
100%, 100%. Thank you so much for joining us, Siat. Yeah, we appreciate you, man. I can say this with so much confidence. Your expectations will be met and they will be exceeded. So 100%, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. So guys, continue dropping your country flag in your chat box. I'm seeing Zimbabwe, Kenya, I'm seeing more of South Africa, Kenya there. I think that's Algeria, I believe that's Ghana. So guys, continue dropping your flag in the chat box. Yes, yes. For those that are joining us, welcome, welcome to our information night. It Rose Up. We really help. We really happy to have you here. Speaking to you is Baron. I'm a civil engineer from South Africa. So yes, guys, I would like to take two more people that are going to, yes, unmute and introduce themselves and tell us who they are. And also just tell us how you got to find out about Rose Up, because I've been hearing LinkedIn. Tell us more. Tell us something that's interesting about yourself. Yes. Abdi is saying, I'm currently in the library, so I'll introduce myself over text. Thank you so much, Abdi. That's good. That's good. We really like that. Eyaku Alfred, I know that name. Welcome, man. Welcome. All right. So guys, you can unmute yourself, introduce yourself, tell us who you are. Tell us one thing interesting about yourself, man. If you're a gentleman, this
Hello.
is the time for you to shine, man. Yes. Take it away, say. Take it away.
Hello, Baron. Myself Saurav, and hello to everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. And my aim is to learn this software fluently. I am working in civil sector, or especially in road, for last 10 years, and it's really a wonderful journey for me. Uh, I really enjoy building a road infrastructure in my country. I'm from India, so it's a booming economy. You all knows that there's a lot of infrastructure projects we need here. So it's really wonderful to build a new and outstanding infrastructures in India. And maybe in future I will explore another country, definitely. Thank you.
100%. Thank you so much, Tiwari. Thank you so much. 100%. Thank you so much for introducing yourself. So I was saying, guys, I mean, if you're a gentleman, this is the time. I mean, I'm giving you guys an opportunity. You can say, hi, my name is Baron Silent, and I'm very handsome. You know, you can get away with it because no one can see your face. I know I'm just joking. But anyway, tell us one thing about yourself. Would really like to hear from you. Would really like to hear from you. Would really like to hear from you. I'm only taking two more people.
Hi.
Hello,
Um,
Elizabeth.
yeah, sorry, I had a problem with my audio, but now it's fixed. Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth. I am from Uganda. I heard about this program from my friends who have been in the previous cohorts. I've generally been wanting to join, but it just so happened that this has been the only time I've managed to join. And yeah, I'm really excited because I've always wanted to get to know more about the Civil 3D software. Let me see, something interesting. I recently graduated, like in October. So just generally, I'm just excited to learn as much as I can. That's it.
100%. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. By the way, congratulations. I really did see I saw your graduation pictures. You're looking stunning, by the way. Congratulations to you. I'm really happy for you. And I am glad that you are
Thank you.
here. This is yes, this is the right place for you to be. So 100%, you're very much welcome. Yes, I'm reading from the chat box. I'm seeing Abdi is saying, my name is Abdi, 5th year civil engineering and environmental engineering student in Addis Ababa. Yes. Thank you so much for joining us there. Addis Ababa. Yes, 100%. Yes. Okay, one last person. I only have 2 minutes. One last person.
Hello, everyone.
Victor. Victor, you came first. I hope you came first. You can take it away, sir.
Hello, Baron and everyone. My name is Victor Aliatwa from Uganda. I have just completed my civil engineering bachelor's, and I'm waiting for graduation in January from Makerere University. So I heard about roads up training, this training from a colleague of mine. That was the first time. But later I also got to know more about it from LinkedIn, and I decided to join it because I've always wanted to participate in the design of highways. Right now I'm in supervision. I'm trying to supervise. But my desire and interest has always been in participating in design, highway design using Civil 3D. So I've joined this cohort basically to master the software and be able to use it in my field. Yeah, I think that's all.
100%, 100%. No, that's really good, man. That's really good. Welcome, Victor, and congratulations on your graduation, man. You guys are very wise, man. Like you are already just stepping in and doing what needs to be done. Here at Rose Up, we have a philosophy that we are always taught, and one of it is speed wins. You know, the person who executes quick is the one who wins. So you just graduated and you are here, you are learning skills, and you are here, you're equipping yourself, and you are here, you're busy connecting and networking with other engineers. That's what we call speed in the right direction. So I'm really glad, Victor, that you are here. And by the way, congratulations on your graduation. I'm happy for you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the field of engineering. 100%. So guys, once again, I would really like to welcome you to our session today, which is our very, very, very first session, which is our feedback and introduction night. So one of the things that we do here at Rose Up is part of our culture per se. We like to foster community, right? We genuinely believe that the world is too complicated for you to strike it alone. It's a phrase that you're gonna hear from Engineer James. He loves saying it a lot, which is very true if you want to think about it. Like, everything is complicated out here in the world. So you need a team. You need a team of like-minded people that are going to work with you in this journey. And most of you guys, you need that. You need to connect with other engineers from different countries, network, and learn from them, ask questions. You're going to meet projects, you're going to meet difficulties on site. So you need to, to have a team of people that you trust, a team of people that you have relationships with. And Roads Up, just so that I tell you, Roads Up is the perfect place to do this. Because even our courses and the way we learn things is so much set up in a way that it fosters collaboration amongst us. It fosters that sense of community. It fosters that we learn from one another. It fosters that sense of partnership. So I'm also encouraging you guys to step in as much as you're here to learn. Also be here so that you can form connections, form network, build lasting friendships. I can tell you for myself, I've met friends at Roads Up that are actually now one of my coolest friends that helped me through a lot. You understand? So I'm genuinely encouraging you guys to just lean in, just plug in, man. Just lean into this. Do everything you're told, lean in, communicate, connect with other people, and you're going to have an amazing experience. You're going to have an amazing experience. So I don't want to preempt everything that you're going to learn, but you're going to learn a lot. All right. So yes, I'm glad that you guys are here. I'm glad that you guys are here. I just want to hear from one person, man. Like, what is your number one expectation? I mean, when you saw Roads Up on LinkedIn, what is that one thing that stood out for you that actually made you to say, listen, I'm actually signing up for this course? I want to hear from one or two people. What was your number one expectation, like that X factor that made you sign up for this course? You can even use the chat box. It's still fine. I'm seeing Samson Munyao, 5 years experience in road construction. Thank you so much, Samson. Welcome, welcome. So I'll ask again, what is that one thing that made you say, listen, I saw Rose Up and there's that just one thing that made me sign up for you, right? Maybe it's an expectation or maybe something that intrigued you or something that you're looking forward to learning. I'd like to hear from you and understand and know and learn what that one thing is. So yes, if you're that person, you can unmute your mic and feel free to talk to us and share with us. Anyone?
For me, it was seeing the actual work and not just the talking of you could do this, do that, but seeing the results of the work that was done on the softwares, especially on Byron's, on your LinkedIn as well.
100%, 100%.
To see you
I really
post
like
the
that. Oh, sorry, you're still speaking. No, you can continue.
Oh, yes. So for me, it was a thing of I have similar results for myself personally.
100%. 100%. No, man, honestly, I agree with you, man. Like, I'm a religious person, and one of the sayings that I believe is, by their fruits you shall know them, which means their results. And really, not to be pompous or anything, but we have a number of people that have come through Roads Up and that can actually testify of the work that they have done and of the impact that this course has had on them. So I agree with you, CV. I agree with you 100%. I think the results really matter and the results are important 100%. Thank you so much for sharing. One more person. One more person.
Hi guys, it's Kanyisa from South Africa. For me, I would say there's this time I was doing this SWOT design thing. Nah. I went to YouTube to search. Nah. So I came across Roads Hub. I think it was a SWOT design session. I think so. So I went in there. It's how they unpacked everything, man, from the calculations to the actual thing where you lay your pipes. It was so informative for me. So I just went to LinkedIn, to follow Roads Hub. Then everything started there. So yeah, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I agree with you. So guys, listen up. Today you're going to hear from a lot of people. You're going to meet people that have been through this course. You're going to hear from our instructors. You're going to meet everyone. And I want you guys to lean in, ask as many questions as you can. And yeah, lean in, man. And you guys are going to learn a lot and you're going to find out a lot about who we are, what we do, and the results are going to also speak for themselves. All right. So like I said, guys, my departing remarks will be, my name is Baron Sarent. I'm a civil engineer from South Africa. And I'm really glad that you guys came here tonight. And lean in, man. Lean in and see what's going to happen. And I guarantee you this, your life will never be the same as you lean into this course. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. All right. So guys, I will leave you next to my instructors. They are going to take you from here. Have a good night. Cheers.
Cheers, Baron. Thank you so much for such a wonderful, wonderful introduction and wonderful engagement. We've gotten to at least know each other and yes, understand the expectations that each of us have of this training. So my name is Karen Lauren Garama. I am one of the captains of Roads Hub, and actually I began this journey as a student as well. I was part of the campus bootcamp. And I understood the value that I was getting from this, and I decided to progress and join cohort Alpha 4. Yes. And since then, it has been a journey going up, a journey of improvement, a journey of learning, and a journey of networking. So I really congratulate each and every single one of you for taking this chance and joining us. Before I continue, can you guys hear me? Someone can unmute and
Yes, you're audible.
Yes, we can hear you, madam.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you so much. Thank you. So I'd like to introduce the team, the people that you will be working with through this period. And I'll start with definitely Engineer James Murithi. I believe that most of you, if not all of you, know him through especially LinkedIn. He's a very, very passionate engineer, and I believe you will get to see the amount of passion and dedication that he will show through these sessions. Each time you're going through the sessions, please feel free to ask him any question. He will answer, and yes, be comfortable and be open to new ideas, to new concepts. And yes, so the next person I'd like to introduce will be Anthony Mwenda, sorry. He is our business development strategist. You won't see him much. He's the one working on the backgrounds, ensuring that the recruitment process works the recruitment processes works well and ensuring that ensuring that everything is successful. Next, we have Captain Wesley Imziano. He is a civil engineer in Kenya, and he is your software guy. Any issues that you will have concerning your software, concerning anything software related, please contact Captain West. Next, we'll have Captain Lecious Chelimo. He's also a civil engineer in Kenya. And fun fact, he's the tallest one amongst all of us. Yeah, so yeah, that's quite, I think he's over 6 feet tall. Yeah, it's very interesting. Next, we have Captain Felix Araka. He's also a civil engineer in Kenya with over 3 years experience, and he is known as Mr. Empath. So if you feel like you are not comfortable with asking questions to maybe your captain, always reach out to Felix Araka and he will help you. So yes, next we have Captain Gatimu Waithaka. He is Mr. Logistician. He's also a civil engineer in Kenya, and he ensures that everyone is set and is in the right deep cube. So as you continue with the process, you will all be divided into deep cubes, or rather like groups, whereby you will be put under specific captains, where you'll be submitting your work, and Captain Gatimu will be the one in charge of that. So in case you're not placed in any deep cube, you will reach out to him. Next, we have Captain Baron Sirent. I believe you've already met him. He's the one who's been engaging us from the beginning of the session. And yes, he's a very lively guy. He's a civil engineer from South Africa. Next, we have Captain William Opata. He's a civil engineer from Kenya, and he'll be one of your captains. Next, we have Captain Kanza. He's a civil engineer from Tanzania and our newest member. And then, yeah, that's our team. And then definitely me, Captain Karen, and I'm really excited to welcome you guys to our team and to the training. Yeah, at Rhodes Hub, we offer a number of programs, not just Civil 3D training. We also offer sanitary and storm sewer design. We also offer detailing through AutoCAD and Revit, and yeah, global map as well and Flexa. The other thing is, once you join Rhodes Hub, you're part of our community. And once you're part of our community, there are many benefits to it. We host a number of webinars in different aspects in the engineering sector. And all these webinars will be free. So welcome to Rhodes Hub. We have also collaborated with a number of universities in Kenya and in East Africa at large. We have collaborated with Kenyatta University in Kenya with the civil engineering students. We have also collaborated with Jomo Kenyatta University, their civil engineering students. It's still underway. And yes, the next we are also collaborating with Ndeja University from Uganda, and we're also hoping to expand to Tanzania and work with universities from there. Finally, we have trained over 500 students, over 250 engineers. So you guys are in the right place. Ensure that you gain as much as possible, learn as much as you can. And yes, and finally, we have trained all these people have been from over 12 countries. We've trained people from Ghana, people from Nigeria, people from South Africa, from Zimbabwe, from even India. So welcome to Rhodes Hub. My name is Karen again. Remember to engage, ask as many questions as possible. And this is the right step you guys have taken to enhance your career. So yes, welcome again to Rhodes Hub. We're excited to have you. And yes, God bless. No, Engineer William Opata is not Ghanaian. He's from Kenya. Yeah. So we can have the next speaker. I'd like us to welcome our main trainer, Engineer James, to the floor. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much, Karen, and the team that has been here. It's great to see you here, and I must say welcome everyone. For everyone who is joining our community, please feel much welcome. Just like the just recent speakers have been able to say, please feel free. All right. Okay, great. So thank you. I think that's sorted. I wanted to say thank you very much for honoring this call to come and spend the evening with us. And most importantly, to come and learn. And I would like, if you can be able to hear me, if you can be able to see me, please drop a one in the chat box, drop a one. Please drop a one in the chat box. That will always be the thing here, and you're gonna be hearing it a lot. Kevin, there, I can see you. Izad, I can be able to see you there, my brother. Thank you. Good to see you. Let me see who else is there with us. I just wanted to, yep. Oh, that's good. All right, good to see you. That's Golam from Bangladesh. I know you. Good to see you. Good to see you. And I want to say that it is such a great honor. And please confirm whether the sound is super clear. Like I mean, super, super clear. I don't want anyone to struggle to hear me. And I also don't want to struggle to speak to you because we are here to engage and have a good moment. I'm setting up myself here. This looks like I haven't been doing this for a long time, and therefore that means I missed having such a session. I really missed having these sessions. And ideally, I missed also getting to connect with fellow young engineers. So today, I don't want to spend a lot of time in talking because that has already been done, especially about our community. There's something that was interesting that I gathered through this session, and it was specifically from Siyat Habdi. And Siyat Habdi, I remember we had a call with you, and you said that probably you want to pursue this and you want to do it right here at Ronsab. And one of the things that you wanted to do was the assurance that I don't know why my whatever is struggling, but let me see. I'm trying something here. Okay, great. So one of the things that you wanted to learn was to be able to integrate different design standards, and also you are having a transition from the water sector, and now you wanted to move into road design. And you certainly said that this is one of the best communities that you chose. And yes, I need to confirm that yes, this is the right community. Interestingly, you said that it's like a dare. You wanted to know whether this one will be worth your time. And I want to just say that today's session in this program, it is the last one for this year. And this is my promise. And this is, I don't make promises, but this one, I'm going to make the first promise here. That there are only two options in this program. This is going to be one of the best programs or one of the worst programs. And therefore, that means you're safe. It can be either of the two. And what I mean is, could someone please control? I don't know what is happening with my video and whatever. It's getting mute and all of these things, but it's okay. What I was saying is this session is either going to be one of the best or one of the worst. So it is something in between, and therefore you will not be disappointed. But one thing that I know is our standard remains the same. And I like that most of you are talking about the kind of work that they have been able to see from the past participants, and most importantly, their colleagues and friends. And that is who we are. It is the work that we do that is going to speak for us. And I also want your work, and this is my work. My work is to make your work speak for yourself and also speak on our own behalf. That is our commitment, and that is what we will be working here. I've also noted that this is a community, just like I think it's Byron who said that this is a community where we all thrive, and it's a community for us and for all of us. So I want to reiterate that this is a community that is that observes a very strict and accommodative social contract, and this means that we are one. We are one people, we are one mind, and we are pursuing one purpose. And therefore, we need to think and do things like a unified brain. What a unified brain means is that everyone has their voice, everyone is here to learn, everyone is here to express themselves, everyone is here pursuing different needs within the same sector. Therefore, it is important for us to be accommodative and to be also vulnerable enough to be guided and to ask the relevant questions. That is basically what it is. And most importantly, you need also to be confident and sometimes cocky, like Brian here, like Byron here. I remember he saw pictures of Elizabeth. So let me give you a hint. Elizabeth also likes flowers, and yeah, she likes flowers. So you, Baron, please send some from South Africa. I am also the bishop at Heart to Heart Ministries. I mean that for real. So yeah, it's good to see that, and let us connect. Let us be open. Let us be one family, and it is only through that we will be able to succeed in this program. So allow me to go to straight into today's basic presentation that I had prepared for you in mind. And ideally, the essence and the purpose of today's session was to set the foundation and the background of what we are going to do in the next 5 weeks. And ideally, what this means, it means that for you to be able, and I want to give a very good analogy here. So I want you to assume that you got from your house and you're going to some place. And for example, I don't know where you're going to, you're just going to a place that you have in mind. And you find a vehicle that is carrying some other people. And there's some driver who is very good at his craft. And he's also getting you into the vehicle. And what we normally do, and because like it's called matatu culture here in Kenya, and those people will sometimes even force you to go in the opposite direction. They will see you are coming from the right hand side, and just after you are lightened here, they will want also to take you back to where you are. I don't know how the culture is in different places, but the first question that we normally ask is, where are you going? Where are you going? That is very important. This means that you need to know where is this vehicle going even before you get into the vehicle. And that is essentially what we have been communicating. But then now that you're already in the vehicle, it is important for us now to have a conversation of how are we going to get there? And because this is a very unique vehicle that we have crafted for young engineers and for professionals here who want to make a hedge in the road construction sector, it is important for us to do a reframing and reprogram our approach. Most importantly, if you got into this program, I had a dream and I had an intention that I wanted to achieve for you. I had gone through a challenge and I managed to go through that challenge successfully. So when I was crafting this course, of course, under the mentorship and guidance of my mentors and other professional engineers, we had a vision for you. And the essence of the technical information session today is for me to communicate that vision. If I can be able to communicate that vision effectively and ensure that you understand it very well, It means that it will be easy for you to align your specific objectives and vision to what we are doing here. So what that primarily translates to is an effective program that is going to meet our unique needs and desires. So I know of the 83 people who are already here, everyone has a desire, very different from one another. Everyone is having a specific challenge that they want to overcome. For example, many also have different motivations to join this program. So it is only if we come together and understand it. And I know most of you could be like, can't we just jump into the training? Can't we just start into the software? And this is where most schools and programs and training institutes get it wrong. You don't align your mind and your objectives with that of the participants. It is also most important for us to prepare ourselves mentally before we get into this program. Because ideally, this program is quite intensive. I'm not going to lie to you here. I don't really have to tell you it's easy so that you get here. It's super intensive and it's hands-on. So you need also to prepare when you know the expectations. And in today's session, I have titled it a very, very interesting word. And the theme is very unique, more than it's unique in a special way to me. And also, I hope that it will be special to you and it is going to help you succeed in this program. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to show my small presentation that I hand prepared for you in mind. And because, of course, you're going to be getting used to a lot of presentations to me. But one interesting thing is my presentations, at least my slides are beautiful. You can keep admiring them as you also get to listen. But one of the things that I normally do is I get to mute my video so that we can be able to focus. So this is the technical information session, and it is ideally everything that you need to know about our program and how you need to prepare for the program. And I want to go to the first question, or rather basically the theme of today's session. And this is ideally the same theme that we are going to carry forward through this program. And I don't know whether it's a theme, it's a question, or whatever it is. I actually been thinking about it for the last like 4 days. I was telling a team of this, and I asked myself, if I were to walk the same path, if I were to walk this very same path that I started from a point of not knowing, if I were to start from a point of a fresh graduate, if I were to start from the point of a technician, if I were to start from a point of someone who has been in the industry for like 15 years or 5-10 years, but I want to transition now into design and appreciating the softwares and tools, what would my path look like? How would I want it to? Actually, to make it even more interesting, I would talk about it in this perspective. If my kid, because my kids are going to be engineers, if they like it or not, I don't know whether their mother was going to agree or not. That is their business, but my kids are going to be engineers. Like for real, I'm going to influence them. If my kids were to walk the same path that I've walked, how would it look like for them? And this is essentially this is what inspired me to design this program. This is what inspires me every day when I am writing to you. It is because I am taking you through a path. I am taking you through a journey. And for us to get to this journey, then we need to think about these aspects. Now, this is the journey and the path that I got to walk, described in just 3 pictures. It is, I actually, it should be 4 pictures, but I didn't want to have the first one because it would scare you away. But someone is speaking, please, Gatimu, make sure you take care of that. And we are talking about the first picture. And the first picture here represents where you are for most of us, or probably where you are just a few years ago or a few months ago, or whatever time that is. That is stage one. In the stage one, we want to walk you, and this is what my goal is, and I hope this is also what you came here for, to walk you through these phases up to phase number 3. I have just summarized it into 3 phases, and the first phase is a phase of naivety, it's a phase of confusion, it is a phase of being an amateur, it's a phase where you don't have skills, it's a phase where you really don't have a very strong sense of purpose and direction. It is a place where you have limited knowledge. It is a space or a stage where you have very narrow world view. And for us to start this journey, we want to ask ourselves one specific question. And this starts with self-awareness. Most of you would be thinking about self-awareness in different aspects, and which is also understandable, and it's one way of talking about this. But most importantly, I would like you to know that you have already started a point of self-awareness. Self-awareness is where you reflect about yourself. Who am I? Where am I going? And what the hell am I doing here? And it is only when you asked those specific questions that you decide you knew where you are. For example, you knew that you are consciously incompetent. So this means you knew that you don't know some things. It is from the point of self-awareness that you knew you needed some stuff or you don't need some stuff. It is from a point of self-awareness that you knew that you wanted to come to this point. And these fundamentals can be broken down into 4 specific most important aspects. And this is what we are talking about, preparing yourself for this program. And these ones are going to help us set what we call a vivid vision. The first one, or the things that make who you are, and I'm talking in terms of being a professional, are number 1, your knowledge, number 2, your skills, number 3, your motivation, and number 4, your environment. What you desire to become is not a factor. It is not an input, but an output of these 4 fundamental principles. And I will break them down for you as we go through this program. The first one is knowledge. And this is the question that you asked yourself when you subscribe to this program. What do I know? And what don't I know? And this is very, very important. What is my understanding of the world view? What is my world view? What do I perceive myself? It is only from the point of challenging our worldview, challenging our status, that we can be able to understand the things that we desire, the things that we know, and the things that we don't know. Look here, for many professionals, and when I was actually joining the industry, I literally didn't know what I knew and what I didn't know. I thought that what I knew was sufficient. For most of the people who are coming from school, and actually even others who already got in traditional jobs, because of that small setting, that your organization that you get your job into, you would ideally think that you know enough. Actually, even where I am, I know that I don't know everything. and probably sometimes I don't know enough. This is why I keep concentrating my forces. And this is what I want you guys to do today. Where you are, and this is a culture here, always come with a notebook. And I want you to say, what do I know in terms of road design? What do I know when it comes to road construction? It is only after you answer those questions that you can appreciate the things that you don't know. And most importantly, for most people think that if I answer these specific questions in my mind, then I am good enough. That is a big, big lie. It is your brain playing tricks. Please write it down. What are the things do I know? That is where I want you to start. Don't worry about the things you don't know. That is my work. So it is only after knowing the things you don't know. And I want to use this specific example here. This is a job advert, and just a random job advert that I got on LinkedIn. I don't care the owner. I don't know the company. Please don't apply. I don't know anything about it. I know it should be ending tomorrow. I don't know what it is. But for example, their requirements is 5 years of experience in road design using Civil 3D. They should be proficient in road design, alignments, profiles, assembly, earthwork calculations, and Civil 3D BAD creation. I know this does not look like a very proper job description per se, but ideally, it at least gives us the expectations that our employers or someone who would want to work with us expects from us. So for them also, they are asking themselves, what do I want the person I am looking for to be able to know? It is only after you know the things that you don't know, you do what we call concentrating your forces. So in concentrating your forces, it means we focus our attention. And that is what you've done, and that is what you're doing now. You are focusing and concentrating your forces to learn. For example, if this was a job that you would want to apply, it means you would want to learn all of these things that are specifically in this one area. Then, if you know the things that you don't know and the things that you don't know, the question or the things that you know, the next question will be, where do the people who know the things I don't know hang out? And for example, they hang out at Ron's Hub, if you didn't know. Now, after you get to have a very good base of knowledge, and don't worry about the things you don't know. It is my work, and this is why we created this program. It is for you now. We make the things that you don't know, and actually the things that you don't know, available for you to learn. That is why we have this program, and that is why you're here. And that is the value that we'll be going to deliver to you in the next 5 weeks. So hang out with us, and we will help you concentrate your force. So after you answer the first question of the things that you know and the things that you probably don't know will come in place. And for example, the best way to know the things that you don't know is using job adverts of the role that you'd want to take, for example, in 2025. So if you wanted to become an assistant civil engineer, if you wanted to become a highway design engineer, this is what you need to know for you to know the things that you're required to know and for you to decipher the things that you don't know. Go and search for job applications. Once you get the job applications, you can pick a maximum of 10 and a minimum of 5. look at the section that is called the required qualifications. In the required qualifications, list down all of them. Actually, the beauty of it nowadays, you can get to use ChatGPT, and it is going to help you answer question number one. Then the second one is about the skills. Skills is ideally the things that we can do and do them so well that they can't ignore us. So, for example, I say, I design roads so good that you can't ignore me. You can't ignore me. I'm telling you for a fact. It's like that beautiful lady walking around the estate. You can't ignore her. That is what you're good at. These are the skills that you're good at. And once you get to know these skills, and I'm talking about knowing, awareness of the skills, and the easiest way to know about them is looking at what are the market demands. So, for example, I compiled this simple test today. It was for you to understand that they want someone who is proficient in Civil 3D. They want excellent people skills, including interpersonal, communication, and presentation skills. The things that you'll be doing every Saturday in this place. The role will entail preparation of preliminary and detailed design of roads and bridges. So the skill set, can I be able to do this? And I'm asking the young engineers who are just graduated. And I want everyone in this program, assume that you're going to take the role of an assistant design engineer or highway design engineer. Look at 5 profiles. What are the skills that I have? So when we talk about skills, I have what we call hard skills and soft skills. The hard skills is, for example, being proficient in Civil 3D. The hard skill is, for example, being very proficient in calculations. It is being very proficient in explaining engineering principles. The soft skills are the interpersonal communication, presentation, and these are very important. Communication means you communicating your design decisions and intentions. Most people will actually design something they cannot explain. Most people will be so poor in interpersonal skills that when they meet their bosses, they fret. When their boss asks them a question, they start sweating. You see some sweat on their noses and their mustache. Their hands get wet. So that is why we are here offering you a space
Good evening, engineers. This is Gatimo. Please, it seems we have lost Engineer James to a technical issue. Please be patient, give him a second, then he'll join back. Just a moment as we alert him, he may have been locked out of the meeting.
All right. Sorry, 1 2 1 2. I'm back. I don't know what happened there. But I'm writing. Thank you. Let's not disrupt this. So I'm talking about the personal traits. And these specific personal traits, and I want to emphasize this, my beautiful people. Don't look at this as Civil 3D or a design. I want you to think of this as a bundle. and I call it a bundle of rare and valuable skills. It is a rare and valuable bundle. So what this program is going to make you into is a rare bundle. I want you to look for guys like James. I want you to look for guys like, I don't mean I'm very good, but yeah, I'm really good. I'm really good. I know that for sure. And it is a collection, you know, you are a whole package. Like, I mean, to an extent where if the recruiter was asking for 3 to 5, and this is the question that people ask me a lot, and they tell me they went for this job and the recruiter was asking or desired or demanded to have 3 to 5 years. I only have 2 years of experience. Who not cares sometimes? Look here, you need to think about yourself like this wholesome product, this wholesome bundle. So you're presenting yourself as a whole lump sum. That is what is called a profession. You're so good at interpersonal skills. You're so good at presentations. You're so good at communication. You are so good at project leadership. You're so good with people. You're so good in writing. You're so good in supervision. You're so good in almost everything. And ideally, some people will say you cannot be that, but I believe we can build that. And I really like to talk about my captains here. All the captains that we have in this program, they are the products of this program. All the captains we have in this program are the products of this program. And I hear someone saying that he really liked what Baron does. And Baron is such a good guy. He's really good at his craft. He learned it here, he refines it here, and he keeps doing it for other people. So the idea is to make you a rare and a valuable bundle of a professional. And this is what is called traits. This is what is called now a trait. It is a trait that is a combination of many skills that you're going to learn in this space. But for you to be able to become that rare and valuable bundle, it means that you need to have some motivation. And what drives you? What makes you do the things that you do? What makes you behave? Like, yo, look here, guys. I wonder what drives me to be writing long paragraphs every day to people who don't reply to me. I know, I mean, would you really be motivated to be writing those things every day? If nobody was liking your post, and I want you to think, put yourself in my shoes, and this is the source of motivation we are talking about. If nobody was liking my posts every day, or nobody was liking your posts, would you be writing them? If nobody was reminding you to go to work, if your boss was, and this is the most important aspect that I want you to understand. And if you answer this question honestly, then you don't need no motivation. If your boss did not get to threaten you and send memos, would you still be going to work, or would you say working at home is fine enough for you? And look here, my brothers and sisters, in this program, I'll be writing to you, but I will not give you a pat on the back every day. I will not come and hold the mouse in your hand for you to get to do the damn work. So what motivates you? Some are motivated because they are broke, yeah? Some are motivated because their boss sucks and they want a new job. And I really think that's a really super good source of motivation. Motivation is a deprivation. It emanates from the deprivation of something that you desire and you want so badly. Like, look here, guys. I really want this community to grow so big that it can be able to impact thousands of engineers at a go. I mean, if I was able to open RONSAB programs in the 12 countries that we represent here, which are even more than that,
Like I would be really like, that's it. It drives me to see you grow. It drives me to see you succeed every day. So whether I have a boss or not, whether you like my post or you don't, whether you come to the sessions or you don't, I'm gonna show up. And one of my commitments is because I know you count on me, you depend on me. And this is what I want to think about yourself. Why? Your boss sucks, so you're gonna keep complaining. This means you can come to Ronsap, learn this job with so much anger and passion that you become so good that he cannot afford you anymore. And you get a better job and you leave the boss right there. So you don't really have to be so nice so that your boss likes you. And this is just but a typical example. Don't resign from your work. Don't quote me. But I'm giving you a specific scenario of turning this into an opportunity for you. So what is your motivation? Why did you join here? So for example, for the guys who are graduating, it is because probably you broke. I know you broke, bro, right? I know you broke, bro. We know that you don't know stuff, bro, and you want to know stuff, bro, right? So your motivation is to know stuff, bro. So if your motivation is to know stuff, bro, you need to learn and read, bro, and you need to do the things that you asked to do, bro, because we've confirmed this works, bro. What is your motivation? My motivation is to see you succeed. The 88 of you here, I don't know how many of you. Yes, I'm so 88. One dropped. One dropped. The 88 of you succeed. Now, for your motivation, look here. You remember we had knowledge. We didn't know. We now know what we want to know. We know what we don't know. We know the skills that are demanded in the market. We know what the market wants. We know what they demand of us. We know what is required of me to get the level that I want to become. Now, I know what motivates me because my boss sucks, man. What motivates you is because James is like, damn, man, how do you get to that level? How do you get that? Come and beat me. Come and challenge me. Let us play in the same level. Let's play in the same field. Hey, that should be a good source of motivation if you get and you understand me. But for you to sustain that, you must be in an environment that is supporting that. These are basic principles, but I am taking you through a path. And I hope that you're going to remember this conversation for the next 5 weeks, and probably for the next 5 years, and probably for the next 5 decades for the young professionals. Prime your environment. Prime your environment. When I was doing some, I think it was fluid mechanics or hydrology, fluid mechanics or something. We were talking about the pumps. For a pump to start pumping water, I know Baron is better positioned to answer that. For you to create the sanction, the force that is going to suck water, for you to create that internal force, it means you need to prime that pipe. You need to put in some water. Let me even explain it to people who don't understand pipes. When I was growing up in our village, we used to fetch water in some well around our village, and I really had such beautiful friends, and also, of course, village girlfriends growing up and all of that, right? And we used to go and fetch for our little girlfriends water, and sometimes the springs would go dry, and therefore we had a neighbor who was a little bit richer, and he had a big tank, water storage tank. And because my beautiful girlfriend in the village here could not get to the top of the tank where we used to fetch water, when the tank was full, we would, go find our way and get to the top, drop a bucket, and be able to fetch water. But because we got to drain the water continuously, it would get to lower levels. So what we used to do, we would throw a hose pipe through the upper part, and then for us we would suck it with our mouth, you know. Or sometimes, and this is a trick that one guy did to us, you would first fill the pipe with water, and then once you fill the pipe with water, one person will hold one end and then go with it all the way to the top and drop it while they have closed it with their finger. And then once they do that, the other person would be holding the pipe now on the other end, and then they would pull and water would come. So ideally, it is priming your environment. By priming your environment, one of the ways is, for example, you are hanging around in some WhatsApp group that are talking about the trending things like the ones that I see trending on social media, where they are talking about big things and stuff. Go to the environment that supports your aspirations. Come to the RONSAP community. Come to the RONSAP environment. It is a people, change your environment. Actually, I recently got to move out from where I used to stay because I had some guys who were so used to me and they would come and pop in my house somehow the way they want. So I had to move from that place. Actually, because of some guys that I didn't want to connect with, I moved in such an interior place that they wouldn't find it boring and stupid, rather, and unattractive for them to go. So I am priming my environment to serve my purpose. Now, after that is the essence of a community. So RONSAP is creating a community for focused, highly ambitious engineers to transform themselves. Creating a community. Look at these gentlemen. You're seeing how many of them? 5 in this specific picture. These are men who are focused on the same goal and mission. Every time these people meet, the conversation is about what are you learning? What can we grow? Did you see that design? I have this challenge. I know this. Did you see my participants? Did you see my deep cube? Is your deep cube performing? Then this community is made up of a very diverse professionals from different backgrounds. So for the young engineers, did you hear here? There is someone who has 24 years of experience in this community. Their experience is older than Gatimo. Their experience is, they have more experience than how old Elizabeth is. They have experience much. I don't know whether you're getting this. It means you have a lot to draw from. If you are a young professional and you are saying you don't have a mentor, then you have an opportunity for what is called strategic networking. Strategic networking, it means that you're networking for a specific purpose. I only network with engineers because my whole purpose is in engineering. I am networking with people who are good in highway design because I want to learn from them. I am networking to people who could be having possible solutions to my challenges. That is what is called strategic networking. And now, once you've set this, and I want to repeat it, once you've set your knowledge, your skills, you know your motivation, and you've set your environment right. And for example, look here, I know most of you, after work, you bundle up with a few colleagues and you say, let us pass through some place. Let's go do some nonsense here and there. Can I come to your place? If you ever told me that you want to come to my place after work, to do what? What business do you have at my place? What business do I have at your place? What business do I have to pass through the bar someplace and get, I don't know, some 2 alcohol, some bottles and whatever? That time when they are going to catch a drink, when they are going to visit each other, when they are going to pass some place, you go to the night school. What we are doing here? The essence of night school is to acquire specialized knowledge. And when it comes to specialized knowledge, I think it was one of my guys we work with, and he was like, he checked the things that we do, and he's like, yo man, what time, when do you get time to do the things you do? We are here with you at work. We are working every day. I go home tired, like I don't know something. I can't even lift a finger. And I see you end a session that is 2 hours long. And I saw you videos where we here. You take your evenings to create and acquire specialized knowledge. And my brothers and sisters, and I am praying this in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. And for the people who are even in Muslim, in the name of Muhammad. And for the people who even in Hindu, in the name of Krishna. And even for the traditionalist, in the name of your ancestors. Use your evenings to come here. And actually, we have a rule that says if you don't come here 75% of the times, that means if you don't achieve 75% of the attendance, you're not going to get a certificate. I know you've paid it, but you must earn our logo and our name. You must earn it 75%. Specialized knowledge, what you have and what we acquire in school, and the reason as to why, for example, after school you feel so useless, when you go, you feel like you know nothing. When you go to the workplace, it's because you have a whole lot of general knowledge. General knowledge is useless. General knowledge is general, and that is why you become a general engineer, and that is why your work is just supervising, standing on site, and that is why even when you go to site, nobody notices you're going on site, and that is why even when you get fired at your place, nobody knows that you even got fired. They actually realize it after a week or even 2 months because you have no general knowledge. Acquire specialized knowledge. And that is what this program is doing for you. And I am promising you here, and I am telling you this for a fact. The moment you acquire specialized knowledge, you become special. And that is why even in the education system, I don't mean the education system is garbage, but a little bit of garbage folded in a golden paper. It is, you don't acquire any specialized knowledge for that case. You acquire very little of it. But when now you go to a specific niche and you become so good in that specific niche, then that is when we are talking about specialized knowledge. But even if you acquire all of this knowledge and information, you must have these traits for you to succeed. So look here, and I want you to know we have already acquired specialized knowledge, and this is where we are now. But for that specialized knowledge to be effective and useful and actually serve you, it means you must have the following: definiteness of purpose. What do you want to do in this life, man? I want to help you make the right decisions. I want to help you succeed. That is what I do. I really have nothing to do with me. My whole purpose is about you. And I want you to ask yourself, if we didn't get paid, if you didn't get the paycheck, would you be really doing the things that you do? Then after that is the Mastermind Alliance. Who are you working with? The world is so complex for you to strike it alone. I know you are waiting for that. You cannot succeed alone. Look here, I cannot serve you alone. That's why I have the captains. I cannot. And you will not. And actually, even after learning this skill, you will not be able to design road projects alone. And I want you to remind of the terrible people who in primary school used to hide their marks. You know, they write, they fold. I'm actually even demonstrating it here. They almost want to put the book in their stomach. a bunch of people who don't appreciate teamwork, people who don't appreciate the power that comes with an alliance. And I am asking you, become our alliance. And the people that we are going to assign you, you are never going to win alone. Don't be a lone wolf. You don't afford that at this point. And then once you get to have a team, you need to control your attention. I control my attention to you every single day. I am telling you for a fact, even if my girlfriend wanted to go out on Tuesday, on Thursday, when I have a session with you, that is not happening. I don't care. Like, I mean, that is how controlled, how much my attention is controlled. Focus, focus, focus. And over and above that, have an attractive personality. Enjoy, pick up the vibe. Create good energy around you. Let people feel happy, comfortable, beautiful, successful. Like, give people the right vibe. Give people an environment for them to prosper, to thrive. Give to other people, serve other people, and the universe is going to serve you. And I'm telling you for a fact, when you go to work, don't just be some frowned whatever. You're going there while you're just frowning, you're feeling so bad and angry, you look very, actually, and even for the charades, I'm talking about the little beautiful girls that we have here. You don't have to, have your face, have, get to your face, come on, smile around. You look beautiful and attractive when you smile. You know, you look beautiful and attractive when you smile. You look beautiful and attractive and actually successful. You give the vibe of, this guy is really super successful. This guy is beautiful. This guy is amazing, right? Like, have that attractive personality such that people feel comfortable around you. People feel that it is a safe space for them. People feel like they can share with you. People feel like actually they can be able even to give you opportunities because you're a good person. And then after that, don't forget your design skills. Become so good that they can't ignore you. Look here, Elon Musk, oh my. I mean, there are people who hate that gentleman. I mean, I love him to the core, and I'm straight. But that guy has such an attractive personality. Such guy is so much focused and controlled attention. Such guy has the best teams, the mastermind alliance. Such guy has a definite of purpose, occupy mass. His dreams are beyond Earth. And he knows how to design stuff. Did you see those things, rockets, guys? Do you see those Starlink things? Did you see those Tesla stuff? Design skills. Like, he creates something out of nothing from their imagination. And this is what is called design. After that, pursue excellence every day. And this means that even after this program, my beautiful people, this is not enough. This is only but the start. My prayer and my commitment and I don't know, what should I say? Or my soul goes out to you and ask you, pursue excellence. Don't be mediocre. And actually, we don't tolerate mediocrity here. You will see it and you will appreciate it. After that, this is called the ultimate engineer philosophy. The ultimate engineer philosophy is meant to push you. It is meant to accelerate you to achieve the future you. And I want you to achieve the future you concept here. And I want tonight, as you go through this presentation, if you wish, I can send it to you and you read it at your own time. I want you to be able to define a future you. What do I want to become after this program? What do I want to become 3 years from today? And this is most beautiful and unique and a great opportunity for our great recent graduates. Like, come on, guys. What do you want to become? What does the future you look like? If I was to meet you in 2028, If I was to meet you in 2028, Isaac, if I were to meet you that time, will you still be giving me reasons? Or will you just sit down and say, oh, damn it, James? These are the things that we dreamed about on 4th of November, 2024. And this is the vehicle that is going to be taking you there. It is your daily boost of inspiration and strategies to help you build the most powerful version of yourself. I want you to be super confident, skilled, and ready to seize every opportunity. This is going to be coming to you every single day. I'm going to be writing to you. I think every day of the things and the ways that I can share with you that is probably going to tweak your mindset to adopt the mindset of the ultimate engineer. The mindset of the ultimate engineer is here: definiteness of purpose, mastermind alliance, controlled focus and attention, attractive personality, design skills, and excellence. And once we already have a picture, we have completed the picture. And I know people want my time. I know the time controller. I'm sorry, but I'm finishing. I would take much. I'm finishing. Look here, my beautiful people. Now you've created the future self. You have a picture. You've painted it so good where you want to become. Now is the time to learn. And for you to learn any skill, I normally use the word fast. And just like Byron says, I really like Byron, and I really like him. He's such a cool guy, and he is so cocky, and he is so attractive. And he talks about fast, and I really got the whole concept of the ultimate engineer, and I love it. He talked about speed wins, and it is actually fast. The first F stands for start with a beginner's mindset. Forget your limitations. And this is what I know. I know most of you have done. Most of you are here to try and compare. And we had a guy who was in cohort Alpha 3. And I want to give you a story. There was a guy who was in cohort Alpha 3, and he thought he is so good. And his work was to counter the things I was telling him and the things that I was doing in the program. And every time I gave a specific task to be done in this specific day, where he would go and do it in his own way. When you ask him to do a specific thing, he would not be able to do it. That is called arrogance in the nicest ones that I can be able to have. And the moment you are arrogant, my beautiful people, you become unattractive, you cannot learn. And this is what Seneca says. And Seneca is such an awesome and beautiful ancient. He's one of the best philosophers, and I love him. And he talks about you cannot learn that you wish you think you already know. You cannot learn that which you think you already know. So I want you, my beautiful people, as we are learning and starting this journey tomorrow, because tomorrow now will be practical stuff. Forget. Start with a beginner's mindset. Forget the limitations and then open a space or a door for limitless learning. Forget your past limitations. And if you already even learning on YouTube, you are doing those other things, your friend was teaching you, your friend told you how this difficulty is, I want you to think about it in this perspective. Forget your limitations and then open doors for limitless learning. Even if the software freezes and the software scares the hell out of you, please forget the limitations and open doors for limitless learning. That is F for forget. And please write it down, just like this lady in blue here is writing. The second one is active. Get proactively involved in creating, designing projects, and designing challenges. So what ideally this means is we are designed and created to be super engaged. Actually, even as I'm speaking to you, I'm doing a lot of visual expressions. I'm moving my hands. I'm talking to you like I was addressing you in person. So because I am very proactively involved. If you look at this picture, everyone is involved except this guy who is standing. Terrible guy. I don't think he was getting anything from this one. So don't be like him. Be like the lady in blue, super engaged. And if you asked her about every single digit here, if she sees this picture today, she's going to remember everything that she was doing here. So as we're getting in this program, and I just have called many of you, I think I've called almost 70% of the participants here. What you need to know is if you think you're busy and you don't have time to apply the lessons, please step aside. Don't just come. And like I'm genuinely honest with you. I am just honest with you. Get actively involved. If you don't have time, if you want to come and listen, actually, if you are not even writing, scribbling something today, just know you are not the best fit for this program. Just don't proceed. It will save you time. It will save your ears from my loud voice. And it will also save us a lot of wasted effort and energy. I don't mean to discourage you from continuing, but I mean that if we really want this, we need to be people who take action. And then after taking action, we need to have something that is state. And this is again the mindset. How are you joining here? Can you activate your imagination? Are you even angry about your current situation? Are you hungry for the desired future self? How bad do you want it? And I always give this analogy. The reason as to why 100% of people in the world remember their first love is because there is information and there is emotion attached to it. So the information is probably their name. They are something that they remember. Or like, I mean their name, out their face. That is just but information. And then once you have that, there is emotion. They loved them. They taught them some things. They had a bond. And information plus emotion is equal to long-term memory. That is why they will never forget them. That is why when you see something, it triggers you. That is the information. I have seen a face like that looks like James. And I have this emotion that I like this guy so much. And then this means I'm going to remember him for a long time. It is like the same reason you're here. You saw this Abraham Nyaja's picture and he was so good and at his work. And then you are like, damn, the emotion was, I would like to be like this guy. And then this means it's a long-term memory. And that's why you've been waiting and you've been thinking and waiting about it. And then the last one is teach, my beautiful people. We have what is called a community-based learning. We are here to learn, grow, and learn, and grow, and learn, and grow, and teach one another. So the moment you learn any single principle and you learn it like you're going to teach someone else, it is going to stick. What this means is your brain is going to synthesize and store that information, not as if it is for your own selfish consumption, but you're going to share it out to other people. And I think this has helped me to upgrade and learn and grow and go and go. Because every time I go to a conference, every time I read a book, every time I watch a video, every time I read something, every time I do any work, I do it like I want to teach other people. I do it because I'm doing it for you. So remember, every morning when I'm reading a book, I read it for you as well. And what that propels me to do is to retain and learn every single skill that you have. So once you have that part packaged together, we'll go to what is called our approach. So how do we make sure that at least you can be able to embody this principle of the fast? The first one is our approach, which includes the mode of delivery of this program will be through Zoom Live. I will not be speaking as fast as I am doing today, so I'll be very calm. Today, I'm just so energized and happy and great and feeling super to see you here and have you here. And I wish that the gods will allow us to have some physical sessions sometimes. And then after that, there is recordings are provided, and this means you can be able to go through them. Actually, nowadays we have upgraded, we have our website. So in the website, you'll be having what is called a learner portal. So you will have your individual portal, unique portal. And I'm going to upload all the classes, all the recordings there. And this means you can be able to access them using any device, in your computer, in your phone, at your workplace, at home. You just access them there and you don't need to call or ask anyone for the recordings. And then after that, we have our beautiful Civil 3D captains. And the reason as to why we call them captains is they embody leadership. They lead, they are courageous and confident. They are here to help you. They will take the bullet for you, literally. That is what we mean. They are captains and they are to guide you. And then after that, of course, we're going to give you a globally recognized Autodesk certificate. We are an Autodesk certified training center. So our certificates are authentic and everything is, I'm also a certified instructor. So we do training, we have been equipped, and of course, we are doing it in the right way. And then, of course, after you get to go through that, then you will have the 4 stages that I want you to go through. And these 4 stages is after you get now the approach, you'll be able to move through these stages. And in these 4 stages of mastery, my work is I want to leave you at stage number 3. So we have a novice who is unconsciously incompetent. They don't know they are done. They don't know things. And that is why I started with the question of you need to know what you don't know. At least by knowing that you are now consciously incompetent, you know the things that you don't know. And that is what we call an advanced beginner. And that is where I think most of us are at the moment. You are an advanced beginner. You are consciously incompetent. You know you don't know. And then the work that we'll be doing, and my work is to take you to the proficient level where it is conscious competence. So you already know what you know. And actually, you even know what you don't know. So this is the most difficult step to take, but we're here to support you and guide you through this process to get the proficient. For the people who go the extra mile, for the people who put in the work, for the people who follow the principle of fast, forget, active, state, and teach, it means they will be able to get to the expert level, which is unconscious competence. Like, I mean, my guy, I'm so good. Even if you walk me in the middle of the night, I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna do what I have to do. Like, I mean, I'm that. But then, if you're really good and you're gonna be joining our intersection course, which will be coming in a few months, actually in a few weeks, you'll be able to get now to mastery. This is where now it's world class, bro. This is mastery. Like, I mean, you can design for any country, for any project, at any time, anywhere in the world, using your computer, using your templates, or even using other people's templates, or actually even using no template at all. So, like, I mean, you are such a world-class expert. And this is my prayer and my commitment that we all someday get to be there. And then after that, of course, the days of training are Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And now you know where you should. So please check, take a picture if you are doing that. And then after that, you know the level, set the goal where you want to be. And then after that, come here on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Be consistent. Come here for 5 weeks. 5 weeks every day, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Same time that we met here. Same time that we met here. Hit 100%. Hit 100%. I really do 100% of the things that I partake. Why should you not do that? And then the skills that you'll be able to own is to be able to master the art of highway geometric design. And this one, I'm going to help you in that. And most importantly, you'll be able to polish your public speaking skills and presentation skills. I could see today when I was asking people to speak here, actually it was Baron who was asking people to speak. Some were shy, some didn't want to talk. You'll be able to do these skills here, my beautiful people. So the idea is when you have that single chance, and mostly it is on Saturday. On Saturdays, step up, take the damn mic, speak your mind, present your design, and let us know how you're thinking. We already know you don't know, but we know that you have the capacity to learn and grow and become so good they can't ignore you. So take the mic, make the presentation, kill the imposter syndrome. After that, you must be able to learn the art of collaboration. The team here was a team on site that was doing some survey data for me, just took a picture of them. And it look at how these people are working so good. Like you can't know even who is who are here. Everyone is working. And that is what you will be doing here. You will be working with people from different countries, different backgrounds, with different experiences. And yeah, that's it. And most importantly, now we are introducing leadership roles in every deep cube. We'll be having the deep cube leader. So I want the moment Gatimu assigns you, I want you to know each other and know who is your leader. Then after knowing your leader, you want to know who is your project leader. They will be managing projects here. We are engineers. We want to grow project leaders. And then after that, we'll be having hangout leaders. So the hangout leaders will be coordinating our fun activities, the different meetings, rallying people to come to classes and reminding us of the important things that we want to do. Then after that, there is the acquire report writing prowess. You guys, when you come to this training, you must know how to write. And this is one of the most underrated, yes, yet so important skill. Ideally, I know the reason as to why some people cannot respond to me in the morning when I talk to you is because your fingers are too heavy for you to type. You don't know how to write. You don't know what to write. Learn. This is a community for you to learn. It's a community for you to write. Write and write well. And lastly, and hopefully, you'll be able to monetize your skills. So the challenge that I'm throwing to you, if these gentlemen that you're seeing here, they were able to learn it and master this software, and they are here guiding, all of these are my trainees. If they work so good to do what they're doing here, why not you? If they can do it, so can you. If they can do it, so can you. So I want you to become so good. I want you to become so good. And this is my challenge to you. Will you fail yourself? In this program, will you fail yourself? Will you let your $75 go away? I'm gonna chew it. Oh my, with my captains, we're gonna chew it for Christmas. Like that's for a fact. But now my question to you is, what are you going to celebrate for Christmas on 11th? On 11th. On 11th. I'm asking you guys. On 11th. On 11th. I mean, on 11th. And this is it. The date is cast on a stone. And I want to show you, this is it. The graduation ceremony shall be on 11th of December 2024. Will you get to this day? Will you get to this day? Will you be able to see the opportunities in the BIM and CAD world? Will you get your Autodesk certificate? Will you get a beautiful LinkedIn recommendation to talk about your skills that you've been able to learn? Will your future employers know that you've become so good that you've acquired a new skill? This is the course outline, super comprehensive. I'm going to send it to you. It's the study guide. I already sent it to you in the squads. If you want to send it, I can actually be able to share. Go to public link here, and then I'll copy the public link and share it with you right here. So my question will be to you, now that I've shared it to you there, and you have it, you can learn it at your own time. Are you ready to be so good they can't ignore you? Will you let this challenge, will you be challenged? Will you let James chop your money with nothing to show for it? That is my question, and I'm hoping that you get to answer it in the most beautiful and the unique way possible. And I'm wishing you the very best in this one. And I am here to guide you and take you through this process. I want you to know that we have doctors, we have professors, we have very experienced people in this program. And my prayer and my expectation is you're going to make the best good use of this program. And you're going to be able to set your vivid vision of the things that you want to achieve throughout this program. I am super honored to have you here. I am very, very, very happy to be guiding you through this program. And my prayer and expectation is we all get to succeed and we get to grow and become better and better and better. So thank you very much for having me. If you have a question, I'll still be looking in the chat box. Allow me to give back the session to the host. And yeah, or probably, let me see. Gatimu, do you give me 2 minutes to hear feedback? Gatimu, do you allow me?
Yes. Yes, you can have the 2 minutes.
Okay, please, just 2 minutes. Let me get to here. Where are you hearing? What are you hearing? What would you want to do here? What would you want to do here? Okay, you can also use the chat box. I'm going to the chat box right now. Izad is asking me, is the outcome sufficient? Yes, it is sufficient. The student version, you can get all the features that you have. But then again, Captain West, please get in touch with Izad, and then you can be able to sort his issues. My beautiful person here, Nankuda Disan, is asking me the payment methods. Gatimu, I know you can be able to access the payment methods faster than me, probably. But probably I'm also quicker. Okay, I'm really quick. I'm really quick. Let me see. Gatimu, let's see who gets it fast. Oh, looks like it's Gatimu, no? Okay. So we can be able to answer your questions. Please unmute, say something. You can talk to me. I'm here to listen to you. I have 2 minutes from Gatimu before he takes the mic away.
Oh, hi, Engineer Alex here.
Yes, doctor. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for the nice introduction. I think it's a good motivation to brace ourselves for what next. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for that. I just had one question. Can there be a clarification of on all the softwares needed, the Civil 3D and the other softwares that are needed, if we can make a list? So I wanted to install all of them so that things run smoothly as we move forward. So if we can have a summary of all the softwares that we will use in conjunction with Civil 3D, can be very helpful. Just that. That's the only
All
question.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Alex. I think we will be using. I was actually given I was given something was communicated to me by Wes. They'll be using Civil 3D. We'll be using Global Mapper, and then we'll be also using Plexad, and then yes, Emmanuel. And then we'll be using another software that is called SWDTM. So that is what we'll be using, 4 softwares. Gatimo, please write them down. Oh, Wesley, if you're here, let's do this, right? All right, thank you. Good night,
Sure.
Izad. Thank you. All right, thank you. All right.
All right.
Yeah, if you can write them for me down so that I can note them down also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it will be helpful. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My captains will be writing that to you. And thank you very much, beautiful people. Can two people contribute? And is the 2022 version is enough? I think Wesley is going to answer these questions because he's the technical guy. I don't really know those things. Like when I delegate, I delegate, and I don't want to know because everything is working there very nicely. 2024, but all softwares will be sorted. A student version is good enough, worry not, as long as it's 2024. The reason as why we like working with the same software is for us to have the same interface, so that also when you're working or when you're watching the video, it can be able to, like, you can be able to relate. But then again, if you're good enough to probably to keep the minor changes, then that is also good. Like that is only the challenge that we have there. Yeah. Thank you, Masanja. That's a good compliment. Innocent Kasa, I know we've been talking with you. You can use Mukuru for people in the southern region of Africa, the southern African part. You can be able to use Mukuru to make your commitments. Actually, to make even things easier, I am so available 14 40 84 84 2547 14 40 84 84. You can be able to answer pavement design. Of course, you cannot redesign a road without your pavement, so we're going to be doing pavement design. So thank you very much. I'm very happy to have you here. My 2 minutes are over. If you really want to talk to me, you can be able to talk to me anytime. My contacts are out there. I've shared them here. On the softwares, we are going to post it right there on our platform so that you can be able to understand everything that we need to do. So thank you very much for having me. I'm looking forward to an exciting end of the year cohort, and the certificate, they will be given to you. They will be given to you. Hey, this guy is asking an interesting. Yes, the certificates that you get from RONSAB are the same international certificates that you get from Autodesk. We are an Autodesk certified center, and we can be able to, yes. There is no difference. We are like a subsidiary. We represent Autodesk in Kenya. Yes. Oh my, okay, it's a woman. I've been calling you a mine quite some time. So thank you very much, Gatimu. Over to you, and it is our honor serving you, beautiful people. Cheers, and see you around.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Engineer James, for the wonderful presentation. First, I'd like to apologize to the former participants that we had invited to give a brief talk on what they gained during our previous training. Not all of you will get the chance to present on what you had agreed to present on, but I'd just like to call on one person, Christian. Christian, if you're in a position to unmute, please feel free to unmute.
Tony, why are we not hearing from our people? We are not running anywhere. Why are we not hearing from
All
our
right.
people? They are our beautiful people.
All
Come on. Yeah, let's
right.
hear from all of us. Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay, we'll hear from everybody. Let's start with Christian. I was actually being selfish because Christian was from my own deep cube, and I am really proud of him. So, Chris.
Good evening, Captain.
Good evening.
I hope everyone here can hear me.
Yes, you are audible.
All right, thank you. You'll forgive me. There is some background noise because of the place that I'm staying in, but I hope you guys can bear with me. I will not take a lot of your time, but First of all, for starters, my name is Chris Ian from Kampala, Uganda. I've just graduated from Deja University with a bachelor's degree in civil engineering. That was in October last month. Last month. And I'm so happy to be here. I was part of the previous cohort, and I was in Deep Cube number 4. Deep Cube 4, my captains were Captain Gatimu, who happens to be our host, wonderful captain, and my other captain was William Upata, a very wonderful captain as well. And first of all, I'm so grateful to the whole Roads Up family, not just for the Civil 3D training, but for the community. I don't know if people understand me when I say for the community. It's not, there is a certain feeling that you get when you're in these meetings, like Engineer James has been saying, like there is a sense of family that comes with this community. And so that was one of the most outstanding things for me. On top of the Civil 3D training, on top of the expertise that these people had, I enjoyed that, yeah. And for me, I basically have 3 things that I can talk about that you should expect from Roads Hub. And the first one is obviously the design skills that we shall be getting. Yeah. The design skills that we shall be getting, that you guys will be getting. I personally can attest to that. You will not remain the same. I don't want to spoil. If this is a movie, I don't want to spoil for you guys, but by mentioning the things that you'll be tackling. But I want to say is that what I want to say is that by the end of this course, by the end of the 5 weeks, you will have gained the specific skills that Engineer James was talking about, the specialized, the special skill set that he was talking about. And the other thing is you'll not only be getting these skills, the Civil 3D skill set, no. There's a lot of things to learn from these people. First of all, their professionalism. The way they present their work, I think you've seen the way Engineer James has been presenting his work. And you see he's also proud of it. Yeah, he knows that he's doing a good job. And I feel that comes from the fact that he knows that he's doing a good work. It also gives him some bit of confidence. Yeah, and so you're not only getting the Civil 3D skills, you're also getting skills, professional skills, and other things that you can be using in your profession as an engineer, as a surveyor, or whatever profession that you're in. I remember in one of our feedback sessions, we had a gentleman from Nigeria. His name was Asu Steven, and he was, I think the topic was about personal branding, yeah? And while we're expecting to learn Civil 3D highway design in this course, but let us be expectant, not only to grow as design engineers, but also as professionals, yeah? So prepare yourselves for the best. That's what I can tell you. And you will not be disappointed as long as you're committed to this course as well. Then the second thing that personally I loved from this place was networking. I think even from this session alone, I've heard Engineer James talking about the gentleman who has 24 years of experience. That experience alone is older than me. And for me, seeing that someone that has all that time, that has all that experience, is trying to do something that I'm also trying to learn. First of all, that motivates me. It means that I am going in the right direction as a young engineer. And yeah, and it gives me courage, it gives me strength to push on, because if someone of that caliber, in our time we had, there's a man from UK, I've forgotten his name, but he was a doctor, he had a PhD in civil engineering, and he was in the same cohort as us, yeah? And that shows us the level of the people that are in this group. And for us as young engineers, it shows us that we are on the right track, and we shall get there as long as we know what we want. And then, like I was talking about the family. If Captain Gatim, if you remember, in our deep cube, we had two mothers, and each of those mothers, I think it was Sandra and I think Marilyn. Those two had twins. Like each of them had a set of twins, and I remember I was so happy when because I did with the feedback session that we did, and I was presenting something with Sandra, and I didn't get to know much about her, but sometime we were talking about it. We were interacting in the feedback sessions, and she talked about it. And for me, it was just beautiful to see that someone like a mother of twins, I think being a mother is probably the hardest job that someone can have. And I think it even gets harder having a set of twins. But she was here with us and she was attending every session, submitting all deliverables. Yeah. And for me that was challenging in a beautiful way, because if someone like that is able to get some time and put in their effort, even with the twins and everything that comes in motherhood, why not me who has just graduated? That means I have no excuse whatsoever, and it paid off. Yeah. And so there is so much to learn from the networking, so much to gain from the networking that comes with this community, the roadside community. Yeah. And then lastly, one of the things that we should be anticipating from RoadSub is the mindset. Engineer James always talks about becoming the ultimate engineer. Yeah. And so even from this session alone, I'm sure most of us, our mindset has changed from the encouraging words that he has given us, and then the challenges that he has given us. I think for me, the most important thing that I got from this is not giving excuses. Yeah, because you find you're getting caught up with maybe some work and maybe some other activities, and we know that our deliverables and our attendance are what determine our success at the end of this. And so you find many people are giving excuses. I am working, I don't have time, I don't have what. But like I've said, if a mother of twins on top of her work, I remember, was it Sandra or Maroni? One of the two was even saying she was in an area where they were being affected by rebels in Somalia, but she was able to do all that, you get. And so for me, my mindset changed, like not only regarding the Civil 3D, not only regarding this course, not only regarding my profession, but in life in general, not to give excuses whatsoever. You can always create time for the things that you feel are important to you. Yeah. And then on top of that, keeping time because the deliverables have the deadline. And so you'll find you're always fighting to meet these deadlines. You submit in time, because the earlier you submit is the earlier you get the feedback, and then the earlier you'll be able to correct your work. And so yeah, that is the last thing. So three things you can expect from this course is the design skill you get, and then the networking, and then your mindset. As long as you're focused on this, I'm sure you'll benefit from it. And then lastly, what I think RoadSub expects from us as the participants, for me, it will be just two things that I can summarize. The first one is our time. I know that a number of us are probably busy with a number of things that I may not be able to go into, but let us give this our time, because it is not your time will not be wasted. That is one thing I can guarantee you. Your time will not be wasted. You will learn a lot. You'll benefit from this program. And then the second one is your commitment. We are going to face many challenges. I'm not trying to discourage you, but I'm just trying to prepare you for what's ahead, because we know that anything in life, there will always be challenges, but it is up to us to fight and then to stay committed to them. So we are asking, Roads Hub is asking for your commitment, because many things will happen. You'll find maybe you have work at that time, and then your computers are going to freeze. They will freeze. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's up to you. If you're committed, like I've said, if you really want something, where there is a will, there is a way. And so your time and your commitment is the only thing that I can ask you to get, guys, to give the Roads Hub community. And at the end of it all, you'll definitely benefit from it. Yeah, that is all I have. I just want to appreciate Engineer James and your team, especially your captains. I was not in the other deep cubes, but from what my own deep cube, from what I got from my captains, I'm assuming and I believe it's the same thing that was in the other deep cubes. And yeah, there is you guys, I love the fact that they care. They care about us as their participants. These people are always asking us, where are your deliverables? Send them. Even if there is a mistake, we shall help you. You get, like, someone is so committed to your own work. I don't know if I've seen that also, but it is something I've loved about them, and I can only pray that God continues to bless them. Otherwise, I wish everyone in this cohort the best. You will not be disappointed, and may God be with each and every one of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chris. That was really insightful. I like honestly, I wasn't supposed to talk about you, but I really like how you carried yourself, and I'm hoping to get more participants like you. And it was really nice. It was really nice interacting with you and learning with you. And I hope that the future will be kind to us, so that we will get to interact more and learn more together. So I'm really looking forward to continue engaging with you. And it's really an honor to have superior and men of character who are also so young in our community. We appreciate what you bring. And I don't want to say to love you, because it would sound gay, but we love everybody in our community, and we love what you embody. And we hope that the participants who are with us today can get to learn from you and get to at least have some of the attributes that you brought along with you. And it was an honor hearing from you. Thank you, Chris. All right, so I'm hoping to hear from Jonathan. Unfortunately, I've had some of our former participants have actually left the meeting. Some of them were traveling and they had to leave a bit early. So, Engineer Jonathan, if you're in a position to unmute, please feel free.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I believe I'm loud and clear.
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you. Thank you, Roads Hub team, Engineer James, for this opportunity for us to share our insights. I am Jonathan Ebanyat, and I was part of the previous cohort together with Chris. However, I was in Deep Cube 1, and our captains were Captain Hans Kanza and Captain Wes in Deep Cube 1. I'm grateful to Roads Hub for the opportunity to be able to learn the various aspects of highway design and all the things that come with it. Chris has actually mentioned a number of core things that we believe we expect to pick up from this particular cohort. And in my experience, really, being a land surveyor, number one, you need to understand that, first of all, it felt a little daunting because usually, unless it was for my cohort, who are very few land surveyors that joined, the cohort and a number of, of, of the participants were actually civil engineers. So you find that as a land surveyor, in my experience, there was a lot of reaching out, there was a lot of networking, there was a lot of asking questions and researching here and there to be up to speed with actually the things that the civil engineers know or may be having on their fingertips, which the surveyors do not necessarily have on their fingertips. But in my experience, just as Engineer James mentioned during his session, one of the things that is going to carry you through and which carried me through the entire 5 weeks is actually the whole aspect of purpose. You need to understand the reason as to why you're actually pursuing the course. For my case, me being a surveyor, I am really interested in aspects to do with topographical surveys. And when we talk of topographical surveys, especially in relation to routes, like roads, for example, you find there's a particular way surveyors are expected to pick and present and process their data. I do not know what the scenario is in other countries, but usually here in Uganda, you find that surveyors are always fighting with CAD engineers because most times surveyors do not know how to pick the data accurately, or they're cooking data and a number of weird things around it. So this course has actually enabled me to gain insights on really the amount of data and the accuracy and the precision that is required of a surveyor if they're to do topographical surveys for route designs. It has really broadened my understanding in that regard, and I believe it's going to be able to carry me on with the new opportunities that will come my way. So that is just an addition in regard to the mindset aspect. In regard to design in relation to the direction the built environment is taking, and really the engineering workspace in the world that we live in today, design is actually becoming the new normal. You have design skills, the better advantaged you are, the better opportunities you are able to actually handle compared to the previous age where everything was purely field-based and was really an exposition of your energy. It's really different these days. Most workflows are done using computer, using IT, because systems have been automated. So design is actually the new normal, especially if you're an engineer, especially if you belong to the built environment. Networking, this course really exposed me to the whole aspects of networking. As I mentioned earlier, I was able to connect the number of people from various countries. I remember there was a gentleman in our deep cube called Deepak from India, and he was very, very experienced when it came to implementing designs in the field. And I really benefited a lot from my interactions with him, in that you'd see and begin to question, sometimes when you do designs on the PC, it's not necessarily what you'd implement 100%, because sometimes there'll be aspects of feasibility that are involved and you'll not be able to implement them 100%. And so from his experiences, you begin to understand and begin to think of innovative ways of solving site conditions that may be present. And it really exposed me to a lot. And he also advised and gave a number of reading materials that I really have benefited a lot. One of the things you are going to like and pick up from Road Sub, from your various captains in Deep Cubes, is the attention to detail. The attention to detail. I cannot count the various times I had to redo deliverables just so that I could match up to the standard, because me as myself, I am drawn to accuracy, I'm drawn to precision, I'm drawn to great detail. So if you're a person that actually resonates with the way I feel in regard to attention to detail, you are in the right place. And just as Chris mentioned, be sure to reach out. These guys are very knowledgeable. The team that Engineer James has put together are very, very knowledgeable. In case you try to research on something and it's not working out, or you've tried to get together with your deep cube mates and you're still stuck, reach out to them. They will be able to help you out wherever you are stuck. Do not be afraid to be innovative, explore things. Do not fear the software. That's one of the advantages I had during this course. As you proceed, you find that sometimes what is taught in the videos may not necessarily apply to a particular design task that you may require, that is required during the road, during the process of the road design. And so it will require you to be innovative with the various tools that are there. So that's one of the things I picked up, the ability to be innovative and, explore the software. Actually, I began to understand that using Civil 3D, using the various tools embedded in Civil 3D is more or less like learning a language, So you have to practice, you have to try a number of new things here and there. Sometimes they may not work, eventually they'll work, and that's how you're able to craft your design and build something that is excellent. And so in that regard, I really wish each and every one of you the best as you move ahead. Be resilient. This course requires resilience. It requires perseverance. All of those qualities will be tested. Your attitude will be tested. Your collaboration skills will be tested. I believe each and every one of you shall make it. Thanks again to the Rhodes Hub team, and I am grateful. Have a blessed evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ebanyat. I'd like to acknowledge your efforts. I also want to acknowledge your sacrifice for agreeing to be here with us today. This meeting totally had nothing to do with you, but you are here, you sacrificed your time to come and share your insights with the new participants, with the hope of helping shape their lives and shape their learning experience with us. And for that, we are grateful that you are willing to, sacrifice your energy and time to touch others people's lives. And we are happy and honored to have you in our community. Thank you so much, Ebanyat. All right, so with that said, unless anyone has a pressing question, I'd like to proceed to the final part of this meeting. So I'm going to give a couple of seconds. If you have a question, please feel free to unmute. Feel free to unmute so that we can Filani.
Hello, how are you guys? I hope you're well. So in terms of the other softwares, are we going to get someone to assist us to download them before we start with the designing?
Yes, you don't have to worry about any of the softwares. We have our technical guy, Engineer Wes, who is going to assist you with installing all the softwares that you're going to need for this training.
Okay, all right. Okay, thanks.
Sabas. Okay. Kateti.
Yeah, hello everyone. I have one question. In this designing, are we also going to be touching about pavement design?
Yes, we are going to touch about it since you can't model your corridor without doing some pavement design.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Hello, Road Sub community. Yes, I'm Jovin. Just want to appreciate Road Sub community and particularly Engineer James and the team for the great work. Ideally, I've had a lot of people testifying, right from Chris Ian and some other guys who just finished campus recently. Yeah, they testify about the great work you guys are doing. Also, I'm just expectant and I'm just waiting to start off with you guys. And I just appreciate all you're doing because I've just seen what you have just shared with us for these few days. I really feel that you have a lot for us. Thank you so much. May God bless you surely. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, Vin. I also hope you'll be among the participants who will give their testimonies with the next cohort, God willing. I hope you'll be up to the task. All right. So I'm assuming that we have no questions. I'm going to welcome Engineer Felix and Hans to go on to the next part.
Excuse the team before you get to them.
All right. Wesley.
Yes, this is Wes. As some of you know me, I'm Wesley in general. I've been the one tinkering with your laptops the past few days for those who already have their softwares installed. For those who are yet to be served, kindly you can reach out to me tomorrow from 8 p.m. East African time. I'll be able to serve you. There are some of the questions that I've received is whether if you're having a later version, that is a 2020, 2022, yes, it will work for the design, for the training, but you'll miss out on some of the bits that we'll be tackling, especially when it comes to imaging. You'll really have a challenge with that. And also when it comes to calculations, 2024 is a bit accurate, especially when we are doing the computation of our quantities. It's a bit more accurate compared to the others. So you might notice some discrepancies, but won't hurt your learning experience that much. So if you're comfortable to miss out on some of the packs that the 2024 version is coming with, it's fine. You can get into the training, but I'd recommend that if you're able, kindly reach out to me, then I'll be able to sort you out. The softwares to be installed, they are posted in the channel. You can get to check against them. Also, a link to where you can download them. They are there. They are provided. And any assistance that you need, I'll be able to provide. I think that's it. So those who are engaging in the evening, I've managed to sort out a few of them. The remaining, we can meet in the morning. I can conclude what we had started, or the other bit that we are having a challenge. It's a priority that you have Civil 3D installed at this moment for tomorrow's session, because tomorrow we are having a class same time. So I'll be prioritizing the installation of Civil 3D, then the rest will follow suit. If you have any question, I'll be taking one or two before I hand over back to Gatimu.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello. My name is Abdul from Nigeria. I want to say, please, I joined late, so I don't know the names of the software you said maybe you're going to install apart from the Civil 3D. So if you can just repost the software names on the platform so that those other people like me who joined late can also see them. And please, if there is any other important materials you posted earlier, for the sake of us that joined late, please kindly post those materials so that we also benefit along together with the remaining. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ahmed. Yeah, I've reposted the same, and as I've communicated as well, if you've already joined the Telegram channel, you'll find everything is there. The links to the softwares to be installed, the timetable, everything is there. But also, if you're having trouble getting any of the materials, you can ask and I'll be able to help you. My contact also is there in the channel. I think I'll be able to reshare it so that those who are joining late can be able to get it without struggling that much. Yes, next question.
Good evening.
Good evening to you too.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So it's Pikan Manyanga from Zimbabwe. Just have got one question. My
Yes.
question is towards the installation of Civil 3D 2024. I understand that for the full functionality, one has to have an Autodesk account. So does the package that you sent to us cover that as well?
Yes, you have everything you need. Everything you need is there. So no worries.
All right, it's okay. Thank you very much. So I'll reach out to you tomorrow morning then. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. One last one before I give it back.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for your time and everything. Do you mind sharing the Telegram channel? Because I tried to search on Telegram for Road Hub. I don't think maybe that's the right name for the channel. That is one. Two, I was requesting, I don't know if it's maybe this training is tailor-made for only pavement and geometry design. If you could maybe integrate some, hydraulic design, especially for structures and structures mostly. If that would be an option. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'll start with your first question. With regards to the link to the Telegram channel, if you've gone through the onboarding process or the onboarding procedure by Captain Blasius, you should be privy to that information. And to your second question, yes, we do cover hydraulic design because water is the number one enemy of any road. So you cannot have a complete design without taking care of where your water is going. So yes, we'll be handling that, and also the placement of our culverts will be handled. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. And all I can say, welcome to the community and happy learning. Thank you. Getimu, you can take back your meeting.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Wesley. Captain Felix.
All right. Thank you so much, Getimu. I hope I'm audible enough. Kindly confirm.
You are.
Awesome. Good evening, everyone. My name is Felix Araka, and I'm one of the captains at Roads Hub. And I think as we come to the conclusion of this session, it is my privilege to extend, a heartfelt vote of thanks on behalf of the entire Roads Hub team. And I think today's session has been very interesting. I always love it when I hear from such a diverse, range of like-minded people, such as yourself. Sometimes I forget how big the Roads Hub community is. And whenever we have such a session, such an engaging session, it always reminds me of that fact. And this would not have been possible without your active participation and, of course, your interest. So first of all, let me extend our sincere gratitude to each and every participant for joining us today. Thank you for making time to join us and engaging with us. Personally, I've enjoyed the session, and I hope you did too. And you've had all your questions, answered, and all your queries figured out. To begin with, I want to give a big thank you, of course, to our dedicated team members. Gatimu, thank you for hosting us. Wes, I think you answered most of our queries. Thank you for that. And I'd like to thank you guys for working tirelessly to bring this session to life. And I think your contribution in planning and preparing and presenting made this event seamless and very informative. So it was your effort that, of course, ensured this gathering was as informative and as engaging as possible. And a special thank you and a big thank you, of course, goes to our lead instructor, James, who spends, countless hours preparing for such sessions. And I think your passion for roads design is clearly evident, and we appreciate you for sharing your skills with the rest of us. Let me also, thank the previous participants of the previous cohort, like Chris, Ian, and I think Jonathan, who have just had very kind words for us. And let me extend our gratitude as Roadsup, for your kind words, and we hope that your path ahead is going to be as fulfilled as you wish, right? And I think your testimonies have highlighted, the impact that our training session can have on your professional growth and confidence. So hearing firsthand how our past session have influenced, your mindset and career was very humbling and inspiring. So thank you very much, guys, for making time to join us today. And I think as we close, I'd like to thank all of you for your active, engagement. And I think your participation has made the session and the presentation, of course, a very collaborative exchange of experience. So once again, thank you guys for taking your time to be with us. And we look forward to having you guys around and hope to welcome you to our future sessions as we continue, of course, this journey of growth and excellence together. So thank you. Thank you very much for being with us, and have a wonderful evening. So back to you, Gatim.
Right. Thank you, Felix. At this junction, I'd like to adjourn the meeting, and I'd like to end the meeting with a word of prayer. So give me a moment as I pray. God, we come before you asking for forgiveness. We thank you for giving us the opportunity to meet here today, to learn together, and to share insights as we plan to embark on a journey together. Father, as we plan to embark on this journey, we are going to pray for your mercies, you are going to pray for your blessings, and you are going to pray that you are going to be with us. You are going to be with us at every step of the journey, dear God. Father, we also thank you for all our participants, everybody who has joined us, and everybody who was willing to give us a hearing today. Father, we are praying that you may bless their lives. We are praying that you may bless our lives. And we are praying that you may give us an opportunity to practice the skills that we're going to be gaining in this journey. And with that, we humbly come before you again and say thank you and appreciate everything that you have given upon us. And it is in Jesus' name we pray and believe. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. The meeting is adjourned. See you guys tomorrow.